different. That's very different. That's very different.
She said the B word. She said the B word.
Who? Can we fight?
Different. It's different from me just knowing like when you in your little snicker corners with your friends, y'all say what y'all say all the songs you sing. Yeah. But in front of certain people, you ain't do certain they don't give a
You know what I realized? Just now, we're at a point in time where this is the first time you can't lie to your kids. That's the problem. The access isn't the problem. It's that parents have never been conditioned to be honest with their children about what the world really is.
That's real.
And now you can't lie to them because they can see the world.
Yeah.
I can see who's getting love, like y'all said. I can see who's not. I can see who's doing what and how they're getting certain things, and I can see who's doing other things. I can see the lifestyle that they're living, and I can see even what you did and who you were. Even though you don't want to be this person today, I know who you were. So now that a kid can see the truth in real time, now it's harder to talk to a kid. That's why I'm so.
It's not filtered anymore.
Yeah, it won't ever be. This is the best time to raise a child, and the worst.
Yeah.
Because the ones who get it and understand life, and the parents, the parents who have some type of like history of being genuine or being good is going to win their kids over more. The ones who don't is going to lose their kid at some point to something, whether it be the streets, whether it be the entertainment industry, whatever it may be.
I want to ask you guys a question. Do you guys feel, and this is not man bashing, I don't want anybody to think that I'm man bashing. Do you think that the black man, look, do it again.
I'm listening.
Organic, do it again. Do you guys think that the black man is a contributing factor to all of the problems within our culture?
No, I think the white man is.
The white man did that to us.
I agree.
Yeah, they perpetuated
the green man.
But break it down for me.
Green man.
Tell me why the white man is the problem.
It's always the white man. That's what they want you to think. It's the white man, white man, white man, white man, white man. Oh, and it's been proven so many times of how it's really more of status, but let them cook.
And then tell me how the black man is allowing him to do whatever.
Okay, let me get into it. Because I think initially, I say this because they can filter and push what they want to push.
Yep.
From the music to the movies to even the content.
Okay. So, but let me ask you this though.
Right.
If you was present in your household,
right.
If you was there for your children, if you was treating that child's mother with respect, instead of her and leaving her,
right.
then you can be present for your child and
Most
teach
definitely.
them that they're better than whatever the white man is pushing.
Yeah.
But because you're not there, your child is being raised.
For sure. But at the same time, we got to go back to the 70s and the 80s when they put those programs to keep the black.
Now?
I mean, it takes time. It's only been 40 some years. It takes time to understand
what you doing?
Wait.
I'm telling you.
So she said she wasn't gonna man bash, but you know, on the low key, she was trying to get her little bash in right there. Yeah, we are still recovering, but by statistics, black men are doing a lot better than what the statistics were in the 1990s. You know, men are now more present in households, more present even in, you know, situations where the parents may not be together. The father is definitely in the child's life now. The percentage has went up by a good portion. So people really have to get out of this notion that, you know, black fathers aren't being there anymore, because they are. They're showing up, they're showing out, they're going to the kids' games more than other cultures as well. They're going to the kids' games, being there for the kids, taking care of the kids' etiquette, making sure they know how to treat other people with respect, all that good stuff. So, you know, the dynamics have changed now.
But organic isn't wrong.
It's been 40 years. It's been 40 years of us trying to get it back together.
Right.
It's been 400 years of
that was already pushed back.
Dismantle of our black household.
For sure.
So what we're experiencing right now as a black community is the crap load from what they did intentionally. A lot of the black men, and it's not me giving y'all no excuse, because in real life, I want y'all all to stand the up.
Yeah.
In reality, a lot of black men don't have an example on how to show up as a man, because they've never been given the position of seeing a leader. If you grew up in a single parent, single mom household, you don't honestly know how to show up as a leader unless you had an uncle that was coming around that had you up under him.
Right.
But how long is that going to be?
It's growing though, because remember when we grew up, it was 75% of households that have fathers. Now it's like 40 of even. It's growing. It takes time.
Well, if a woman is not a good mother or a good wife, We don't make excuses for her and say, well, her mother wasn't home. Her mother was in the streets. Her mother was a crack.
Sometimes they do.
We don't. We just
though.
say she's a bum. She's a deadbeat mom. We make so many excuses for men.
No,
I'm
we
trying
don't.
to
We don't
tell
make
y'all.
any
I wanna
excuses
say-
for the
I wanna say
deadbeat
this.
moms.
I can
Yeah.
hear.
We
I
don't
can
make
hear.
any excuses for them
I can hear the
ones.
perspective, and for me with this conversation, I never like that if it comes to us versus them.
Yeah.
And I'm not one of those people either. Like I'm not a pro woman, pro male. I'm pro whoever makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. I think when we get into this is perpetuating the exact thing that we're speaking about, the division, because we're looking to assign blame instead of just recognizing that we're on two sides of the same experience.
Most definitely.
I think to your only thing that I would say, in addition to what you asked Rob about the Black man specifically, is I do think that there's a level of resilience that a Black man has to have that no other man on this earth has to have. And then they come into their household, they don't know how to strip that armor down. So the same type of aggression and everything that they use to face the world, they bring into the household. So the children get witness sometimes to that aggression.
Not respecting the
Sometimes
Black
Now,
woman
it can
is
happen
the
that way.
problem.
But where it kind of flips back is you have to
and
act,
it is us
it's a good-
against
but
them.
it
I feel
isn't
like
though,
that.
because the
How can it not
conditioning-
be a war with us against them? And look at the shit that they say.
but the same degree.
And she said she wasn't gonna man bash, right? She brought this conversation up not to man bash, but look at what these men do. Look at the men. Look at the men. Where's the great man in your life? That's my only question. And if you have one, why are you talking like this?
What my greater point is, why is he incapable of stripping his shields? There's a lack of like vulnerability, right? And we got to be clear on that. Vulnerable means that I'm susceptible to attack, but your partners and your household, your family is not supposed to be your attacker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you're not supposed to feel like you can't be compelled to open that side of you up. So you got a lot of you men who go two ways about it. Some of y'all take it to the gym and pump iron
Got to
and
do
hit
that.
the sports and and some of them go do dumb
Yeah.
right? So that takes them off the streets either by way of getting killed or putting them into the incarceration system, or better yet, the federal correction system,
For sure.
instead of rehabilitation, which
But
is what
that's-
our community really needs.
Cash,
But-
but peel another layer back before 1 second. I'm sorry, because
Go
I'm
ahead,
still on your
Randy.
team with this one. Peel another layer back. How often are you told as a black child not to go into that doctor's office telling them all your business?
That's always.
So how if we have grown as grown women can sit around and say that we had late diagnosis in whatever aspect of mental health, how many of these men, not to give excuses to any of you motherfuckers, 'cause y'all
We
disgust
need
me
a little
lot
bit of
the
excuses.
time.
Help us.
How many of these men are sitting around undiagnosed,
A lot of
2-3 generations in undiagnosed, don't necessarily know how to emotionally regulate, know how to process what they're going through, know how to verbalize what they're going through? These are the same people that's told, don't cry, big boys don't cry.
Facts.
Shut up.
I don't-
Shut up before I give you something to cry about.
Hell
And I
yeah.
hate that because
Yeah.
it's like now we got these grown ass men who sit here and say that he's gonna try to you without feeding you.
Well,
Yeah, I
I don't know
gotta
if
do
you
that.
guys know, there was also a study.
Wait,
Take it back.
wait. Hold
There
on.
was-
Slow.
Let me ask, how would your life change if you were making an extra 10K with your own online fitness business? So if
Who's laughing?
Let's-
I want to
But,
say this.
but wait, hold on, because I just got to get this in.
Let me
Go
hear it,
ahead.
Ray.
No pun intended. The problem that I have is that we're not actually realizing the root of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And we said the black man, we said the white man, and I said the green man,
Talk about the green man.
right? Because the green man is the only thing that is keeping us divided. If you actually pay attention to what's been happening, at some point in time, we can go about the welfare when women chose to actually have the money
Mhm.
instead of having the father, right? So now you have everything is the domino effect of another.
Mm-hmm.
And now we got a point in time, and this is the most important thing I think that we need to understand as a community, that we're thinking that black men do not value black women who are in the entrepreneur world, because actually, out of all the entrepreneurs,
They make the
black
most
women
money.
make up most of that percentage,
Mhm.
right? However, black women are the only specific group that actually can get funding and grants. You can't be a black man to get a grant, but you could be a black woman and get a grant just for being black and a woman.
I know more.
No, yeah, you can. There's
I thought he Donald
We got
Trump.
ways.
ended
No,
all
I got
no,
a guy to get a guy.
So,
That
but-
guy.
Oh, you gotta
Go ahead.
get a guy.
I think we should.
But
your
wait,
point-
but
I'm
wait,
sorry, Rico. Go ahead,
but
finish your
this
thought.
is not just something that just happened right now. It's been happening.
Yeah.
So now what have they been doing? So the next
Empowering
money
women.
move after they stripped us from the household, right? And now we find a way to start to make things work. More men are in their child's life. This is a real stat that more black men are in their child's lives than are not. So what they're going to do is divide by empowering one and diminishing the other, right? So if I can empower you and diminish you, then what's going to happen is they're going to say, well, listen, you that's us fighting against each other, because you can't find value in me because I'm down here, but you're not understanding I'm down here because you're valuing the green man, right? So it's all a substance, it's all an object to keep us apart from each other.
I think you have such a great point. You have a phenomenal point, but what doesn't help is the way you guys are treating black women. You really are.
It always goes back to how black men are treating black women. And are there a significant amount of men that could definitely treat black women better? Absolutely. 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 But it just seems to me with this individual that's speaking, it's always going back to the complaint of the black men rather than the solution for the communities on both parts, whether male or female, to come together and come to some type of resolution. There's never a solution. It's always complaint. These niggas, these motherfuckers, these niggas do this, these niggas do that. Why can't y'all niggas do this? When they don't really know or understand what it takes to be in a man's shoes, or what we have to go through, or what we are going through. They don't understand at all. At all. And another thing, another side about it, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. These women have choices that they make that they really shoot themselves in the fucking foot. Maybe because of their upbringing. And it's not always the father's fault. Sometimes they don't listen. Sometimes the mother keeps the child away from the father for whatever reason, or there's lack of parenting on one side. So the other parent is not really on the same page with the other parent raising the child. Multiple reasons why their upbringing is so messed up to where they make the wrong decision on choosing a mate or being around the right people. They never take accountability for that, because you can't blame nobody in reality about anything but yourself. You have a choice to choose to decide what you're going to get and what you're going to do in this life. Point blank, period.
Disgusting.
But
and
how are the black women
disgraceful.
treating us though?
Wait, hold on a second. Aside from that, if you treat a woman good, regardless of what your financial status is, you respect, you honor, you treat her like a queen, that black woman is gonna ride or die for you.
That's very true.
She's gonna go to the death. But if you're lying, disrespecting her.
Now, organic kissing ass right here, and I like organic. It's not true. Some women are individually themselves fucked up people. Assholes. They'll steal from you. They'll cheat on you. They'll lie to you. Just because I treat you with respect and because you're a black woman, the outcome ultimately is going to come out to be where you're treating me like a king. Fuck no. Fuck no. And it's the crazy shit I be talking about. See, they think they all the way right here, and they don't have to really bring anything to the table. That's why you got these women that come talking about, I am the table. Or a man asks the question, like, what type of values you'll bring into a relationship? Well, the question really is, what values do you bring to a relationship? I asked you the question, though. Why you can't answer it? Because I really feel like a man supposed to be the one that's adding all the value, and you're not supposed to offer anything? That's their mindset. And that's fucked up in itself. That's fucked up in itself. I hear a person talk like that. I think this individual may be a person I wouldn't want to be around. That's what I think when I hear shit like that.
Mistreating her because you feel inferior because you're not making as much as her. So now you feel emasculated, and now you're mistreating her, and now you're lying and you're cheating. Of course, she's gonna react in this way because you are treating her like crap. The thing that you guys do every day.
And that's not even, I'm sorry, I keep pausing with this lady, but that's not even a common story. The common story of a man treating a woman with disrespect because he doesn't make enough money as her isn't what's really going on. What's really going on that these two individuals not even getting together, period. There are some instances, but most instances, these two individuals are not getting together, period. The individual where you have a male that doesn't make as much money as the female, they come together and the male's treating her like shit because he's insecure about how much he makes. That doesn't commonly happen. Very rare. Very rare. Let me tell you what commonly happens though. What commonly happens is you have women who making a significant amount of money and they're in a field where they have to be hard-nosed or they're a CEO. So they have to have the traits of quote unquote alpha or what it takes to be a leader, right? And those same traits bleed into the relationship. But naturally, the male is supposed to be the one leading the relationship. No woman wants to be led in wants to be the one leading the relationship. No woman wants to do it. But you have it here where these women, this is the common thing that's going on. These women are not even picking, they're not even looking these men's way. They're not looking these men's way. Oh, you don't make this amount of money. Oh, because they're looking up to the men that are the top 10% and every woman in the world wants. That's what's commonly happening. And they're single. A lot of them are single. A lot of them are single. Men ain't insecure because you got a whole bunch of money. They feel disrespected because you treat them less than because the amount of money they make. Point blank, period. A man doesn't do that to a woman. He doesn't treat you less than because he's the CEO of a company and you work at McDonald's. A man always understands where you have to start. People just say, oh, it's because it's just, the beauty and men see women as beautiful. No, it's even deeper than that. A man respects the trajectory to go from the bottom to the top. He even looks at young men. He see the young men working 2 jobs. He's working at McDonald's. He's working on a construction site, but he's only getting paid so much. He only getting minimum wage, whatever it is. He respects the hustle. He respects it. He tips his hat to the young brother. Just as he would tip his hat to the young female. And he find her attractive. Okay, he might, put the game down. But that goes to show you, that goes to tell you, that's what's commonly happened. What she's saying, this is just stuff they pull out their ass because in their life, they have every excuse in the world of why men treat them with disrespect, even though they made the decision to get with the men. Why they're single, even though they're not taking responsibility of being someone that would attract a mate that is positive, that is good for them, that would care for them. Pay attention. Sorry, I went on a long rant, but damn.
That you guys are proud of is bad. I told you guys plenty of times, I've never been through like bad relationships where men have done things to me, but honest to God, it's because I don't allow you to do it. I will eat your head off your shoulders before I let you do that to me because I know that you will do it. You will break me down if I trust you, motherfuckers, and that's sad. And
you know that we'll do it, but you've never been in a relationship where they were treating you like that. I want to put, if I had a blue cap right now, can I put the emoji? Would that work? Okay, let's go with what you're saying though.
raising daughters and teaching her to run from you niggas.
No.
Crazy.
So,
because
but
of
I
the
say
things
this
that
though.
y'all are saying out of your mouths
But-
and the things that
but
y'all
think
doing
about it.
to my peers, to our friends.
Wait, hold on.
But most
Look at
of
what
us,
y'all are doing to us. Why should we respect and
but at the same
She's
appreciate
time,
not
you gotta
man
take accountability
bashing.
for,
She's not
for
trying to man
the
bash, guys.
grandmas and the
She's
moms
not
that
trying to
wasn't,
man bash.
having a man
Don't
there.
blame my grandma
I'm
or
just
your
saying,
boy.
shout
Let me say this, let me
but
say
they
this.
wasn't there to,
Wait, hold on,
guys,
hold
you
on,
gotta treat a man.
Let's have
I'm
a
sorry, hold on, Rico, because I paused my point.
Go
I
ahead, you
listened to
got it. Go
everybody.
ahead,
I
run
have
with
to
it.
say this. So, psychology, right? Let's step over there real quick. There have been studies recently that have revealed that Black women, right,
Mhm.
have been misdiagnosed, if not diagnosed at all, for years. A lot of them being diagnosed with bipolar, manic depression, things like that, when it has been really truly been found that it's untreated PTSD. So how does that happen? My mother gave birth to me 2 months after my father was murdered, right? PTSD. She gives birth to a little girl under those circumstances. However, she is a woman now discovering motherhood for the first time
Right.
without her partner due to tragedy from the shit that's happening in said streets. So this is where the patterns begin. Something happens to you, then something happens to us,
Right.
and then something happens to you, then something happens to us.
Yeah.
So now you got a mother raising a child in those circumstances. For me, I'm gonna tell you the truth because Ra's not wrong about something. I'm a survivor of domestic violence, and I have been sexually assaulted twice in my life before I even turned 18. So let me put that on there, by the hands of a Black man in all circumstances. The only thing that has not shattered my core when it comes to my Black male is the institution that my grandfather, my uncles, and the other individuals in my village set for me as a woman. Growing up, I had men who were there for me, who were strong, who were ex-Marines, who were straight and narrow dudes. So if it not been for what they instilled in me, I would have every reason to say at this point for the abuse that I have.
No, the fuck you wouldn't. Logically speaking, most Black men don't do shit like that to women. Statistically speaking, they don't do that to women. Sorry for your case that has happened to you. And I'm absolutely happy for you that you've had role models to actually look to and show you that this isn't the way that Black men operate. Now, if you were to say that, I went this way because I went through those situations and that made me into this person to where I don't really trust Black men, that can be understandable for your circumstances. But if you're looking at a broader picture, if you push back, look at the whole picture, you logically can't say that. Why? Most Black men don't treat women like that. So you really don't have every reason to say fuck you to Black men.
Endured at the hand of a man who's supposed to be my greatest protector. You have to ask yourself as a man, provide, protect, all those type of things. A man who might have been designated in a space who I looked at him to be the person to protect me was the person I needed protection from.
The secret to our deodorant is sand. We got a crazy message from a customer named Mina. Here it is. Hi, I'm a big fan of your.
You have to think about that.
Okay, so can I speak? Because there's a lot to touch
So
on here.
Absolutely. I just want to conclude and say we have all had done to us. And quite frankly, God has blessed me with a basket full of trauma to be able to connect with my people and my audience in an empathetic, not sympathetic way. So I'm not a victim. I want to be clear on that.
Yeah.
But I do also want to say that I recognize what you experienced too. And I recognize that why those individuals was willing to put hands on me or willing to want to abuse me sexually is as a result of his own untreated trauma. It just keeps.
Exactly. So now we keep talking about what comes first, the chicken or the egg.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, for different people, it's different sides, right? Both can be true. And my biggest thing is this. We, again, don't understand why the green man takes over. Let me give you an example. You think that white people, Chinese people, Spanish people, Latin descent don't speak ill will on their own people who are not conducting themselves in a way that they want to be represented? They do.
Right.
The only difference is we get funded to do it. They don't.
Right.
We get highlighted and we go viral when I tell you that black women ain't
You in that algorithm.
right?
Absolutely.
You get
They like
you
that
get
algorithm.
highlighted, and when you tell me that it's you black niggas, because you got to understand it's the money, right? If we could,
But if we say I love you,
if
That
we,
going on.
we don't get nothing, right?
It probably
So-
get suppressed.
So then what do? We
We
run
turn that
from the
up.
truth, because the fact is most black men get married to black women.
Absolutely.
That's the
85
fact.
over
The
85%.
fact is, hold on. The fact is, most black men are in the house with their children.
Yes, they
the
are
fact
now.
is, out of every single ethnic background in America, black men are the most present and active fathers
We
in the
coming
household.
up.
with that.
Let
Right?
us
So
work.
when,
Let us
when
cook.
you look
You're
at
not a
the
father.
when you look
I
at the
know.
truth, you know what I'm saying? But
He's an
look,
uncle.
he's a great uncle
Uncles
though.
matter.
You know what I'm
Uncles
saying?
like my dad.
Uncle Jarvis.
I give
Shout out
you
to my
Uncle
nieces.
Jarvis.
I love my
But
nieces.
the
I-
Sorry, Rico.
point that I'm making is that we don't understand how great we really are and how close we really are, because we get paid to highlight
The
how
bullshit.
far we are apart. And when we start to say, okay, you know what? Let's normalize highlighting all of our pros instead of our cons, and then actually maybe even fund each other, then we won't need to worry about them, the green man, destroying our unity.
And on
That's
top of
why-
that, this is why I need y'all black women to understand too. So y'all shouldn't be so
I
mad.
want you to stop saying y'all, because that pisses
That
me
makes
off.
I mean,
For some
everybody.
reason, stop.
You don't like that?
You want them to stop saying y'all. Why don't you start with yourself first? Y'all niggas, y'all motherfuckers, you niggas do this, you niggas do that. I can't stand you niggas. You niggas always. But you mad when the motherfuckers say, yo, y'all women. Niggas, stop it.
Y'all say I would love black women to understand.
I would love black women to understand that y'all
Y'all, goddamn it.
should be happy that
Well-
certain of us are, going
Certain
outside
of
our
us.
race, to practice on them our bullshit. You hear me? Listen to the compound. We practices on them with the whites and the Spanishes and all that. We having fun with them, but as he says, we
give y'all
marry
babies.
the black woman. Let us work out our kinks. You shouldn't want me right now. I'm out here. You don't want to be with me
Out
right
here
now,
getting
baby. I'm not.
HPV.
Maybe they got a little. I'm gonna take care of that. So like, you should allow me to
Ain't
get
gonna
my
do shit.
bullshit, my
Fuck
system with
my
the
whole
others.
service up.
They shit up, and I come back and save y'all when I learn better, when I get married. That's
I'll
what
tell
it's
you
all
this.
about. So don't be mad at a black man for messing with these other races.
Oh, I
We ain't
ain't
ready
mad.
yet, some of
Yeah.
us.
Who brought up other races?
No, I'm just saying in general. So
Oh,
black women
okay.
should be like, damn, they be mad with, oh, he messed with this girl. I'm not a good right now. You shouldn't want me right
At
now.
least you know that.
So let them that up and
So-
then
Can you
come back.
put it on a
That's why.
t-shirt?
Right.
And
I'm not a
whatever.
good right now.
Yeah.
But when I'm ready,
Yeah.
the highest percentage is what? We
Black-
marrying all
black-
kinds.
black marrying black.
85%. I'll be honest.
I like this. I really like this. Let me tell you why I like this. If you know the history of these two individuals, they don't have history from my knowledge, but you know these two individuals, right? Randy on the far right here in the black and white, and then you got Mr. Organic. These are two individuals that, they get their shit off, right? They talk a lot. And you'll see Randy in podcasts like Interrupt, Gear Shift. You'll be sitting on one subject and you shift on to a whole nother subject, which, I will say Organic just did that, kind of takes away from the conversation. We were talking about something different. Now he's bringing up race. I like this because people were getting tired of Randy doing all this shit. And now she really sees what she looks like and what she sounds like when she does it. Mr. Organic is giving Randy a taste of her own medicine. I wonder how that shit tastes.
Yeah, so let us work our kinks out.
But he's making a valid point, and we are proving his point in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically saying we're highlighting the negativity about black men. We're giving you the reasons behind it, but we're still going back and forth, which is what the green man wants us to do, right? We're proving his point.
And I go out my way not to talk bad about black women. I don't. You know what I'm saying?
I don't never do
because it ain't my
I get
thing.
beat
Like
up.
end of the day, y'all can say a lot about me. I always gonna uplift my black women. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, they come with the stigma of this and attitude and all that. Man, it's our job to help them. You know what I mean? Because
And vice
us
versa.
men wasn't there.
But you are not gonna feed them.
Can't feed them hoes though.
It don't matter your color.
But I take my time
Not
with them.
gonna feed any
I treat them the best though.
There's
I promise you
nothing more
that.
powerful than a black
It's
man
not
and a
with
black
food.
woman coming together in unison.
That's
And that's
true.
what they're afraid of.
What we just
because
need to do is
that's
talk
what it
about
comes down
the
to.
good brothers sometimes.
So that would come when you
There's
get
a lot of
together.
us.
I got a
agree.
great
There's a
brother
lot
at
of
home.
us.
Hey,
Yeah.
daddy.
I agree.
I said us. There's a lot of us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of
You,
good
you
dudes.
one of them, brother.
Thank you, brother.
I salute you,
Appreciate
man. I ain't there yet, but
I
hey, I give
appreciate
you your props.
But we
That
just
honestly
highlight the
is beautiful.
negativity so much. Like it is
I
what
can't
it
say
is.
that because I've never healed the way I have
Yeah.
right now if it weren't for my man. And
That's
I've,
legendary.
I've not dated outside of black men despite my experiences. So I've never turned my back on them. Like I said, I had a great foundation.
You know,
But
I did. I definitely did outside.
I respect that. You got these divestment groups out here. You know, they talking about down on black men because of their experiences and all the black men that did them wrong. I really salute that. I salute that for real. Because, you know, you don't have to base your experience because you've had a bad experience with one race or one certain individual and say, oh, this is all individuals. Like, that's not the right thing to do. And it's not fair. It's not fair to bring that into new relationships. It's not fair to put that on everybody. Like, you really have to give everyone a chance and read them, have the intuition and, you know, just wherewithal to read people and understand how people work and say, I'm going to be around this person or I'm not going to be around this person.
My
you
race.
did.
Predominantly.
I mean, that's not as surprising for you, and I can understand that,
Damn.
but I could never allow something other than my own to enter me.
Good
and that's
sister
just what
right
it
there.
is.
Yeah.
But
Mother-
personal
No,
preference.
no.
And that's just for me. And I do have origins in Africa and Nigeria. So like for me, it's just a little bit too much. They used to rape us.
Yeah, it's
They
crazy.
used to rape us
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
front of our husbands. They used to kill our husbands, and I can't.
And they
perpetuate
raped their
that.
husbands.
Yeah,
in front of the
I can't
So that's all
perpetuate
like
that.
getting revenge on them. Like I'd be like, say Emmett Till. I'd have taken
But
that
I'm
one.
very happy to have
For
a great
real.
black man at home, and
Huh? What Martin Luther King said,
we-
motherfucker, if you had a dream or not.
Yeah,
Did you have a
not.
That nigga
Huh?
funny as hell, boy.
But
Look, I
okay,
should look
okay.
at you.
So okay,
Where did y'all find it?
as far as we was on a
Outer
music
space.
Hey, yo, Kryptonite.
conversation, but I think that was such a
That was
great,
good dialogue,
and
though,
I
for
think
the
the
people.
pour of emotion, and I just love the honesty, y'all.
Yeah.
But on a music topic, right? We do have quick fire questions.
All right.
So Cleo and Set It Off always needed the right music when still in cars. Do you believe that music can influence your emotion or actions?
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
great ass question.
Emotions, emotions.
Intro to
Teddy,
it,
you
right?
wrote that?
That's
Shout out
good.
to production.
Okay.
Teddy be knowing.
Yeah, now that's a great question because
Set Off is my movie.
I set the tone for everything with music, so I definitely know it can influence
Absolutely.
Yeah.
it entirely.
Mhm.
It
I
could
agree.
it could either bring you up or down. I'm a
Bring you down.
Pisces. We be all through the.
Yeah, I only really do that when I work out. I really take
Okay.
I take it to a whole nother level. But it's like a EDM like song that's called Vikings. It's just crazy. Oh, I'm ready. Oh, it's crazy. It's nuts. That get me turned up. Only one time I was emotional. Y'all know when I lost that one good woman, it me up bad.
What song was it?
Oh, you were here to hear the song?
Yes, sir.
And I was feeling this, so I ain't gonna lie, it had me up. Oh, look.
We'll stop it right there for now. Maybe we can revisit it, but lovely video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are black men the biggest issue in the factor of, you know, why relationships ain't working and why women are growing up to, I guess, be the way they are today? Let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Much love, peace, and